Shalom Israel. We're going to give all praises. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, which is Great Stone. Shalom to the Akim out there pushing his word in sincerity, pushing his truth. Shalom to the few sisters out there and those that help out the ministry. Those that call upon the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not necessarily being in a specific camp, but you believe in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and you believe in the doctrine. Shalom to you as well. Alright, so this is GMS Jamaica. Alright, here for another midweek camp. And we are basically watch the climate, we are still going, we see a lot of prophecies basically in the unfolding stages. One of them prophecy there is the prophecy of the beast eating the ore. Alright? Or in modern terms, or geopolitical terms, basically EU and the NATO coming up against America. And we see Donald Trump, aka Nero, as nicknamed by the apostles, basically I make some moves and I make some talk, where basically have the whole world looking at America, and it really don't come as a surprise to nobody, them where pre-America has already had certain a certain image of America already, but now Donald Trump is basically painting a more vibrant image of America, and it really opening the eyes of a lot of people who never did pre them that way there before. And as we say, people who already did have an understanding of the type of country that America is, them basically a speak up. There's an article from RT today, published 30th of January, that's today, to the 26th. It says a jellyfish has more spine than Europeans. Yeah, it says Professor and Trump's plan to annex Greenland. It says Europe is too weak to stand up to the US President Donald Trump ambitions. What's that? Trump's plan says. It's Professor and Trump's plan to annex Greenland. It says any European troop deployment to the Arctic over the imaginary Russia and Chinese threats would be merely symbolic, Greg Simon has told RT. He says Europe is too weak to stand up to US President Donald Trump's ambitions to bring Greenland under American control, journalist Professor Greg Simon has said. He says Trump stated last week that the US must annex Greenland, a Danish self-governing island, to contain Russia and China, claiming the two countries would take over the island unless Washington acts first. Several media outlets have since reported that the UK, France and other European states are discussing plans to send ground forces to Greenland to signal that they take Arctic security seriously. See? Says speaking to RT on Tuesday, Simon, who teaches the Fodi International University in Dhaka, Bangladesh, said European governments lack the strength and will to resist Trump.
Right, yeah. So, yeah, we have a professor basically making an analysis that the European nations that will speak up against Trump's idea, or Trump's idea of taking over Greenland. You know what I mean? They're saying Salakia. Yes, I have somebody that speak on Donald Trump's ambition of taking over Greenland. And he basically said, look, these European nations will speak up, you know what I mean, them not able to stand up against America. You know, but little do they know that it is all written in prophecy that these nations will basically turn on America. Right? All of them allies.
It's over there in 1 and verse 6.
Right?
So are the things of Esau searched out, or his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border.
Right?
The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee.
Right?
He said, they that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him.
Right. So all of these nations that were once, you know, friends with America, you know, slowly have become enemies. Right? And as I say, according to the prophecy, once the World War III, you know, go into a firefight scene, these nations are going to turn against America. One. Done?
Yeah, you can't follow that going on with judgment. Judgment that team.
Yeah, yeah.
This is Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled.
Right?
And dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee.
Right, because America has always been spoiling other nations. Right? Them do it again recently with Venezuela. Right? It was never about removing a dictator. Even if, yeah, him is a dictator or whatever he might do to the people, you know what I mean? They don't care about that. That was not the goal. See, the goal was not to remove or to basically quell drug trafficking. See, it was all strategic. See, it was a strategic move, right? Once they have control over Venezuela, you know what I mean, especially the resources like the oil, you know what I mean? See, Donald Trump now dictate what to do with the oil and what to do with the country itself, right? Putting certain nations in basically a chokehold, like Cuba, for example. You know what I mean? Right. Now him want to spoil another country, see, which is Greenland. Right? It's not about Russian or Chinese ships in the area. It's all about the resources, yo.
And we can't talk. You have another thing too, which is security. Because Greenland is a
strategic point. Right.
I remember now Cuba is also a strategic point.
Right, so them are try to them basically remove at the same time, while grabbing these resources, them are basically set up themselves because them know so there's a fight inevitable. The firefight is inevitable. You know what I mean? And Cuba is right there, so close to Florida. See, and Russia, we know Russia and Cuba, you know what I mean, have ties. Right? Have mutual ties. And for Greenland as well, you know what I mean, is is a strategic point, right? Because from there, so, you know what I mean, you can reach any of the surrounding countries like America, Canada, Russia, you know what I mean, Africa, seeing Europe, seeing, you know what I mean, from that strategic point. So them basically I try to get to it first, you know what I mean, but also one of the main right, and as the brother said, the trade route, see, because according to, you know, the geography or geography of the area, you know what I mean, certain ice caps basically are melt, and it are open basically waters for trade routes. You see me? So even that as well. Yeah? But as we say, one of the main things them are the rare earth minerals and, you know, additional oil, uranium. See, there's a lot of things. Eh?
It's one of the reasons why they're in Nigeria too.
Right? Come.
And then them want Iran. Because if you remember a couple of years ago, I think 2000, I don't remember, but they have this American, this US General, Wesley Clark. It said they want to take down 7 nations in typically 5 years and end up with Iran.
Right.
Finish off with
Iran.
Wesley Clark. Yeah. So that mandate still stands. They always with a plan to come at Iran. The last one. But I go back to prophecy.
Yeah, go back to prophecy. See.
And they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled.
Right.
And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee.
Right, and you know the according to the scriptures, you know, the script are gonna get flipped. So all of the atrocities that America been doing over the years, over the, you know, centuries, to other nations, other people, it are gonna get done unto them. Seeing, and it quickly, swiftly, it will come to that point. That's why you see so much things that are happen. As where the apostle, you know, make a quote, you know. Basically there's what? Centuries basically happening in a week. See it? So certain things where would take years a development for happen. You know what I mean? It will happen in the space of a week, yo. The amount of things that happen between the end of December coming into early January. A lot of things take place. Seeing? And even though, you know, things always happen, right? If you have your eyes basically in the street, not in the street, but in the world, you know what I mean? Things always happen. You see me? Something always go down, right?
See, it's Revelation 12 and verse 12. So therefore with joy see heaven, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Right.
For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know it that he had but a short time.
Right, that's why they must do so much things at once. Venezuela, Greenland, Cuba, Mexico, seeing which piles? Right, they might try Iran, Canada, seeing, and yeah, some people when Donald Trump just started saying them thing and say them want Canada and them want turn the Gulf of Mexico into the Gulf of America, people laugh and think say, yeah, you know what I mean, people laugh and think of the, you know, joke thing, right? Not what Donald Trump say and a joke, yo. It might sound far-fetched and crazy, but best believe, yo, you know what I mean, it'll go happen. Yep. Right, so the scripture say, oh, they have a short time. That's why you see them do so much things that happen. Seeing, even evil technology, right? There's a lot of advancements in technology. I would know, say, how the more smart things, you know, come into existence, and the more technological advancements come into play, we know that it will come closer and closer to the MOTB, right? Because let's not forget, right? There's a thing called the Internet of Things, where everything is basically connected, right? Everything is connected. Everything is basically smart. Smart chair, right? A smart house, smart fridge. Right now you have smart fridge where have screen like a TV screen, yo, a big ass fridge with a big ass screen on it, yo. You know what I mean? Everything are moving to a smart era, right? And it might look pretty. It might look like, you know, what we dreamed of as a kid. You know what the future would be like, but it's all a trap. Seeing? It is a trap. And once the MOTB implemented, right, and them fully set into them new world order, you know what I mean, you're gonna really realize, yo, this shit is a trap, yo. It's a big, the earth are gonna become a big prison. Big prison, yo. And guess what? You know, these are things where them show you in a lot of movies and TV shows.
Predictive programming.
Yeah, predictive programming as the upset. Right, yeah, me watch one now when named Silo, where basically, you know, them build bunkers, you know, them build bunkers and have people in a different bunkers. You know what I mean? But you in a your bunker, them have you think that everybody that we're in that bunker here are the only people left on the earth. You know what I mean? The air outside is toxic and whatever. You see me?
Fallout.
Full control, right? Fallout after the video game. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, so a lot of predictive programming, you know, been going out. You see me? There are a lot of movies out there where depict with a book the name the George Orwell 1984? Yeah, 1984. You know? Right? To the point where them call those types of societies Orwellian society. You know what I mean? Because they mimic everything where in the book. See? And even the book they are predictive programming. Shalom. Even the book itself are predictive programming because it basically outline what the modern new world order are gonna look like. And it's exactly what we see take place. Yeah? Script.
This is Job 14:5. It says, seeing his days are determined,
Right.
the number of his months are with thee, thou hast appointed his bones
Right.
that he cannot pass.
Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? Isa has a bound that he cannot pass. You know what I mean? So as the scripture say, the Most High got disappoint him. Right? When he's eating, when he have bowl full in belly, he can bring up that too. You know what I mean? The Most High got come and, you know, basically throw a monkey wrench in everything, yo. See, because Esau has a boundary where the Most High set for them. Them can only go a certain measure. See it? But then we'll never get to fully control the earth, yo.
Job 20 and start with that 4. It says, knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphant of the wicked is short,
Right?
and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment.
Gone. Yeah. You know, the triumphant of these devils, it not gonna last long, yeah.
Though it seems long.
Yeah, the scripture tell us say in an hour, everything are gonna come down, yeah. Speaking of the destruction, you know what I mean? But the same goes for them kingdom.
God.
Right? Quick success, quick time, everything are gonna get destroyed, yo. You know what I mean?
You can see this, you can really, if you pay attention to what's going on, you notice that most of the focus nowadays is on you know, Trump and him occupations.
Yeah.
But you realize that there's little if no focus on Vision 2030. Right? You're not seeing anything, you know, because I was even trying to see some information on you were kind of forum, you know, what they're doing nowadays. Right? And there is little to no activity where that is concerned.
They're
Right?
supposed to Davos now, you know.
Right, yeah, they say they're supposed to Davos now. Right, but if you realize most of the focus is upon Trump and what he's doing, right? But not on 2030. And we are 2026. Right, so the time boiling down, you know, we're supposed to make that big transition into that, you know, that fourth industrial revolution. Right, so you know that the next thing on the list to cross off is war.
Yeah.
Right, so you know that again they're preparing, you know, to invade Iran. Right, they're preparing for that right now. Right, see him say take Venezuela and he took it. Right, him say take Greenland, you can look out for that next.
Yeah.
Right, but as I speak on earlier, I see what I make this point. So if you look upon it in terms of military and strategic positioning, you know, Greenland, Venezuela, they were trying to eradicate all of the eastern influences from the west. You understand? As well as taking the resources, right? Which of course are going to help to cripple the economy at the east. You know, talking about Russia and China, you know, because taking Venezuela and Ireland, you know, kind of cripple Russia, not necessarily injure them, but you know, it give them a little handicap, you know, where that is concerned.
It was 4% of China actually import come from Venezuela.
From Venezuela.
So it's kind of dumb for them.
Yeah, you know, give them a little nudge in the ankle. You know, but my point is, you know, just like what the scripture said, that's what we're going into right now, where it says, be the plowshares. You're putting hooks into spears, right? And your plowshares into swords, right? That is You can bring it on. Right? That's the process that we're going through now. Yeah, you can bring it on. That's the process that we're going through now. Right? Nowadays, people not talking about, them countries not talking about big farming anymore. You know, that's not what's in the ear. What's in the ear is war, military equipment. Ever since 2014, with the war in Ukraine, right? Ever since that time, you know, it's been about war. You know, increasing on military technology, right? Upgrading the military technology, military spending. That's where it is, right? That's what it's all about right now. Everybody trying to, you know, get a better missile, get a better fighter plane, get a better service to air defense. You know, drone technology skyrocketing.
I even think Trump, even since here starting basically push up the defense spending in America.
Yeah.
About 1.2 or 1.3 to 1.5. So.
Yeah, in billion. You know when he spent on anything, he spent on border patrol. Right? Then border patrol and then ICE, that's what we spend for anything. You know, that's what we spend for. Yeah, because of war time. So if you look at it, as I say, from a military standpoint, you can't have anybody just walking across your border. We're not going into a time of war. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of border, you have a whole heap of people a boycott World Cup as well because Trump basically put out a list of countries where nobody now supposed to come in the nobody from these countries not allowed. I believe Haiti did one of them, a couple African countries and couple Middle Eastern countries. I remember if Iran or Algeria was one of them. You know. But you know the point is, you know, a lot of people have boycott the World Cup because them think that America is not safe, and the reason being is because of the ice incident that happened with you. You know what I mean? And from when I see on the internet, it look like them do. You know when I like election time and they just hire random people.
Yeah.
Certain, you know.
Yeah.
Basically that. Them just hire like me say yo, I like workbook test them a give people just for join ice. And some of them even not feel the workbook test.
Some of them are native people. You know?
Yeah. Oh, native Indians.
Ice agent.
Yeah.
Irony.
Just a little correction. We just say 1.5 billion, but it's actually trillion. Yeah.
Spending. That
Yeah.
is military budget.
spending. No, the Trump calls for U.S. military spending to rise more than 50% to 1.5
Yeah, and that's the scripture talking.
trillion.
Beat your plowshares into spears. But that is the scripture. You bring up the precept, man.
Says Joel 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war.
Why?
Wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. So beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. Gather yourselves together, round about, titter, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord.
Hey, and that's the point that we at. Right? All them nations, them getting ready. See, America announced their military spending. Right? Their military budget, they wanted to go to what's it, 3 trillion? 1.3 trillion?
1.5
1.5
trillion. So 50% raise by.
Yeah.
Enough that pushed up, yeah?
So
And it's not going to get any better. Right? A lot of people say, oh, we always build up to war, it never happened. Let me tell you this, the only reason why the war happened already, right, is because legit, it's the angels that the Lord put to hold back those weeks. Right? That's the only reason why the war started. Right? Even back in remember the story back in the Cold War, the Cuban Missile Crisis? It was an angel of the Lord that held that Russian commander from pushing that button. An angel of the Lord, you know why? Because it was not yet that time.
The appointed time.
It was not the appointed time. Right, but that time is coming swiftly.
It says Joel 3 and verse 12 says, that the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat,
Right.
for there the Lord will sit to judge all the heathens round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full, the pot is overflowed, for their wickedness is great.
Follow up with the Isaiah 34. It's gonna be a great war, unlike what this earth has ever seen before. Right? There's gonna be a lot of dead bodies, carcasses. You think that you worry about in your daily life is not in that time. You're worrying about what you're gonna wear to that party later. If you have the shoes to wear to work. Or you have bills to pay, you have your tax refund to do. No, that's gonna be important in that time.
So never know the greater the days after evil. While the evil days come not.
Right there.
So Isaiah 34 and verse 1. So come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein. So the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations,
Like righteous judgment.
and his fury upon all their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, and he hath delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain shall be cast out, and their sting shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountain shall be melted with their blood. So all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and all the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down, as the leaf falleth from the vine, and as the falleth fig from the fig tree.
Yeah, that's when them missiles coming back down. Right, when they go to the atmosphere and they burst into multiple wards, and they're coming back down, all at once, like falling stars. Right?
He said, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven,
Right?
behold, it shall come down upon Idumea,
Right?
upon the people of my curse to judgment.
I do myself and the people that is cursed under the Lord's judgment. And Edom is Greek, I'm saying.
Edom.
Where's the land of Edom today?
America.
It's speaking about this is a prophecy. And we have in office to thank at this very moment to ensure that this prophecy is being fulfilled.
DJ True.
Near himself,
So the Euro 47, that's what they call him.
Yeah, and another name for him is Jack Sparrow. Pirates of the Caribbean. Sea ships. You know? Here, aka Jack Sparrow. You know?
So verse 6. So the sword of the Lord is filled with blood and is made fat with the fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats and with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord had a sacrifice in Bozrah and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Great slaughter in the land of Edom, which is America. Right now there's warning from America. This is telling people not to come into America.
Yep.
Right now, people are cancelling their World Cup ticket.
American is safe.
The World Cup look dark. You think DJ Trump, aka Jack Sparrow, never know that this was going to happen? With all the measures that he's taking, he's deliberately destroying that place, Babylon, from within. You know? All them big speeches about tariffs and stuff. The tourism sector of their economy is losing billions of dollars. Because people ain't going to spend their money. People not buying US in their country to go back home with and spend. Keep it circulating. They're losing. And he knew that was going to happen. But he's doing the bidding of the elites. That's why the Lord say you have a great slaughter in Idumea. You know? And all them Idumeans, all these Babylonians, because America is today's Babylon as well. All them Babylonians, you know, you're gonna be drunken with the sword of the Lord's wrath. You know?
Alright, so this is back in Isaiah 34.
And not to cut you off. Key thing in that text basically saying that the Lord of a great sacrifice.
Right.
Bozrah. Remember, Edom is the man of sin. This man loves transgression. And your blood is required. Yeah? Fats of rams. You know? That you're burning. Your burning will be a sweet savor unto the Lord. Burning of Babylon the Great. That great sacrifice is going to be pleasing unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust be made fat with fatness. So for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of recompense for the controversy of Zion.
Yep. Remember after the kingdom got split, after Solomon, the northern and southern kingdoms have never faced any captivity together, saving over here in America, over here in the West. And that's where we face our captivity together. So it was first ancient Egypt, you know, and over here in modern Egypt. So the Lord basically is going to put an end of that. The final icing for the cake is those missiles that the brother is reading about. Wonderfully so. It's necessary. That place needs to go. Place of confusion. It needs to go. Finish?
We can't go on it further. It says, verse 9, and the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch.
It shall be a burning pitch.
And it shall not be quenched night nor day.
So it's going to be burning for years.
Right.
Night nor day. That's going to be a memorial. Just like how Lot's wife was a memorial and the pillar of salt. And what else? What took place in Sodom was a memorial, you know, and the other 4 cities, the flood that wiped out the life on the earth, that was a memorial, and that was dangerous. Maybe that's even more scary than the missus, you know. Yeah.
Joe, you know. Yeah. Because they instantly go the fire and melt instantly. Yeah, fight to find it up by water and care. Not to mention, lick up in everything.
That was a scary way.
It's a lot of cup.
Yeah. But this scripture here, what should I say? It was better if a millstone was hung about your neck. So we're gonna give the fire more.
More, yeah.
More than the water. Finish?
That's how it look It says, the smoke thereof shall go forever, from generation to generation. It shall like waste, none shall pass through it forever and ever.
Right.
Because that's going to be the habitation of, that's going to be the habitation of creatures. Desert like creatures and stuff like that. It's not, so you won't see any Arabs, any Ishmaelites over there, pitch there.
Sand diggers.
With camels, cook camel meat and we call it shibab. Shibab. We won't see that take place over there. Because as we said, that is only going to be a memorial. You know?
This is Jeremiah 50 verse 14. Say, put yourself in array against Babylon round about.
Yeah, and if you notice, even this whole taking over of Greenland, when Jack Sparrow mentioned it, you see who first lick out France and other NATO countries basically say they will put, or even Germany, they will put military presence in Greenland to protect Greenland. So that's, read what that part again, my question. Quote it and read it again.
Jeremiah 50 verse 14. To put yourself in array against Babylon round about.
So they are putting themselves in array against America, which is Babylon.
I think further up now this 13, I think say her mother have been so confounded.
Yeah, this is a her.
This is a her. Yeah, you look at it is written now. It's against America.
All ye that bend the bow, shoot on earth, spear no arrows, for she had sinned against the Lord. To shout against her round about, she had given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord.
Yeah, because all that defense that because a wall is set for your defense, right? Outside of the wall of the city they call no man's land. So when you basically when you defense your military is basically over there in the quote-unquote Middle East fighting. You know, people inside are being we call it being taken over by outside forces. You know, weaponry isn't working because we believe that that's gonna happen. You know, because remember, America holds nuclear missiles. And it wouldn't surprise me if that the angels of the Lord jam their systems that don't work. You know, it wouldn't work as efficiently as they would want it to work. Because this is going to be a nuclear fallout. You know, so it wouldn't surprise us. But these countries, they are dead set against America. And Jack Sparrow, Captain Jack Sparrow. They are dead set against Captain Jack Sparrow because of his pride. They don't say him go for the ships them and feel like it's roses and daisies from there. No. All them countries will look at you and see that you have removed sanctions as your greatest weapons now, and you're actually showing yourself that you're capable of using the force of the sword to basically get your way. Because if it's not your way, it's no other way. And your allies basically is against it. Remember when Captain Jack Sparrow was in power before Biden, there was, I think it was German Chancellor, said to him, be careful how you talk to your allies. Because as we're looking now, you look like you don't have much. Just paraphrasing. Well now, all of their allies, saving for them gutter rats, the small hatters, yeah, tiny toppers. All your allies is looking at them with side eyes.
Huh? But the first time when they come down power, they got a meeting. They push it out.
Yeah, man. Push, yeah. King of Germany, he show himself. Him for that front.
Yeah, man.
Right, the pride of the north deceived thee. Those that dwells in the clefts of the rocks. You know? And
her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Lord to take vengeance upon her, as she has done do unto her. So cut off the sower from Babylon, and in that under the sickle in the time of harvest.
yeah, so farming, get a blow. All the people, right now, it has been reported that even men that go in the states to eat apples and stuff are detained by ICE. Men putting themselves to death rather than to go back home.
They get freeze.
Yeah, you know?
I freeze them.
And we have good source. We get information from good source where that is concerned. Men putting themselves to death rather than to come back to Jamaica. Yeah? There are noose around their necks. We hear that from incredible source. You know?
So for fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn everyone to his people, and they shall flee everyone to his own land.
Hey, and a lot of people is live in Babylon as well. A lot of, right now you have Edomites in certain hilly areas right now, even Jamaica here, that's making houses, small houses to live. Not wanting to see Babylon again. That place is done.
A lot of people, what that's a brush off the dust after them foot from America.
It's the most, what should I say, sorrowful place. It's the most ungodly place. It's an oppressive place. It's a place that
Prison house.
yes, prison house, as scripture call it. Prison house.
Yeah.
These people leave it. When you go, all them major cities in America, they're dead. Most of the businesses are being closed down. And the businesses are being run by Amazon and you know, them elite express businesses. You know? Right.
Isaiah 24:4 says, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away, all the people of the earth do languish. See? The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof.
Why?
Because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
They have broken the everlasting covenant. And you can see, that's the reason why the earth is in the predicament that it is in. We are not on top. The devil himself is ruling. See? And that cruel king, Captain Jack Sparrow, yeah? That sits up on the high seat in America, showing himself to be that person, that cruel one, that's basically pushing, you know, the rhetoric of the banking elites to get their Vision 2030 in full effect.
Good.
Huh? Go ahead.
See? Therefore the curse devour the earth.
Yeah, that's the reason why the missiles are gonna come. Because the missiles is a curse.
God.
Blessing for Jake, the elect, because that's gonna be the fire. That's gonna cleanse everything. But in actuality it's a curse. You know?
They that dwell, devour the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
Yeah, so the inhabitants of the earth gonna burn. Scripture says and few men left. Literally, few men. In the prophecy it says that one man shall desire to hear our next man's voice.
God.
Yeah, I shall not be able. The scriptures even speak about where foot used to walk. You know, it's going to be green vegetation.
It says, the new wine mourneth, the wine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. See? The mirth of tabrets ceaseth. The noise of them that rejoice endeth. The joy of the ark ceaseth. Yeah. That's even Christmas time.
Yeah, it's boring. You see, all them holidays, all the seasons, the party and everything is dead. You know, we will speak about World Cup. Like, boom, in America. World Cup, it was what, every 4 years? Every 4 years the World Cup.
Yeah.
That should have been, well, normally that would have been a major event where people flock to constantly. You know? But we're not seeing that. What people are basically doing, they are regretting that they buy their ticket. Canceling it.
As they call it, Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
And basically mentioned that this could be your last Christmas till America. This Christmas will be your last Christmas.
That's what you say?
Yeah. So basically say,
And as you said, the prayer of that man, don't think, joke think that he's pushing hard.
as they leave the Christmas gone. So basically, and even they might say they might do this thing with Alexa. Ask Alexa when basically when I gonna be Thanksgiving, and Alexa give the time for Thanksgiving. I said when I be Christmas, and they might say no Christmas in 2026. Yeah.
No Christopher?
In 2026.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. It says they shall not drink wine, the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. See? The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. See? There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened.
Yep.
The mirth of the land is gone.
Yep, happiness is gone.
Yeah.
See? All that shit is going to be thrown out the window right now.
Gone.
Let me answer that question. I don't know if I'm going to who is the top rapper? Whatever it is.
You know about trap music, no?
Who is the man? Who is the hit? Who is the talk of the town?
I don't know, some young wines.
Well, but which one? You know anyone?
No, I don't know.
Dead, brother. Music dead.
The daughter of music and what?
Yeah.
Brought low.
Low, yeah. Dead. Yeah.
You them fly the gate now and just anybody can come in. So the
I'm not saying
music
anything.
diluted and it's not no value and
You know, we can say AI at the top.
yeah, it makes some good music still. No, like when they remix certain songs and also
There's some classics.
soul. Yeah, you have to go back to the classic.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
AI, top artist now. It says the mirth of the land is gone. In the city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction. Yeah.
Yep. Destruction is coming for that place. Like we said the other day. I think it's been down that said to me. Somebody said to me, but your cousin or something like that. I said, I don't give a fuck. You know, it's either them get right or them get destroyed. See? Right now the Lord is at a place now where he's showing his rough side. Showing that he's an austere man. See, and then, you know, when scripture comes into play, day of the Lord so coming as a thief in the night. Even though the scripture said that we have so much things that are happening to show and prove that we are at the brink of World War II. Right. A lot of people are preparing themselves for what's to come. You have left wingers versus right wingers, and all these things that take place right now in Babylon. It's done. See, and all the hop of the sign with this unaliving from the Eskimo people, the federal Eskimos, and the unaliving of other, all these type of things that's taking place right now. It's only brewing more hatred, more wrath, and it's only going to get worse. You know, it's only going to get worse. Go ahead.
Matthew 12 and verse 30. So he that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me gathereth abroad.
Then Yahweh said, that's the time. See there with him or you're not. I'll say pick on the side. Yeah? Pick on the side. Yeah? Pick your side. Which side are you on? Right. Moses is said that. Who is on the Lord's side? Come over here. Yeah?
Zephaniah 1 verse 14 said, the great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasten it greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of trumpet and alarm against defense cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung.
Yeah, because they have sinned against the Lord. That's what the scripture says, right? So, it's safe to say that 2026 is a year that we should be looking out for some gruesome things to be happening. You know, I think that it's safe to say 2026 is going to be a year when it's not going to be nice. You know, one thing with Captain Jack Sparrow, yeah. One thing for sure with Captain Jack Sparrow, he is going to come in with a grand entrance every year. And you see when he come in with a grand entrance, he's a man that keep the ear entertaining, like right throughout the movie. From the beginning of the script, right to the end. He's going to keep it entertaining. But even this time, even last year,
Yeah.
1 month in his presidency felt like a year. And he never stopped. He just keep it going and going and going and going. Yeah. I don't know me to see my grade. Obama grade. You know? Yeah? Still Irish. Yeah. Yeah, man. That's Captain Jack Sparrow.
Verse 18 says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy.
Yeah, so the entire land mass of Babylon, that's going to be burnt up. Don't think for a second that you're going to go high and you're going to be safe while you're there on the right on the edge of the outskirts. The whole thing, the entire thing is going to be burnt up. You know, that's prophecy to be fulfilled. Go ahead.
For he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land.
He's going to get rid of you. All them that dwell in the land, all the Babylonians. Lord says he's going to make a speedy riddance of all of you.
Revelation 9 verse 15 says, and the 4 angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and an year for to slay the third part of men,
which are Edomites, man. See, so when them angels get loose, it's really to destroy the devil. But because a lot of you jakes are of your father the devil, you are going to be caught up in it. That's how it is. You're going to be caught up in it. Because no hand joining on, the wicked shall not be unpunished. You know? And the scriptures also say, he that is joined with them or found with them shall be thrust through. You know? You're going to be thrust through just like them. Now we see you have Edomites basically saying that we should join hands together with black people because the orange man, Captain Jack Sparrow and his government is against the American citizen. But if it was that your share of the blessing was being taken, would you have done that? Yeah? You basically want us to help to fight back for their blessing. Crazy?
History all over again. Same thing back then. Same thing that back then when them go and if them get when them talk about the Buffalo soldier.
Yeah.
Yeah. They go play so-called Lagos to fight the natives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Verse 16 said, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them, and thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that had sat on them having breastplates of fire.
Yeah, because it's speaking about missiles. It's not speaking about King Arthur upon the horses and him servant. No, it's speaking about missiles. It's missiles. It's basically missiles, yeah, in a array, flying, shooting out wires. That's what it's talking about.
Breastplate of fire of Jason and brimstone, and heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of them.
Yeah, because it's coming bold. A lion is a fierce creature. A lion don't really. You have to be like an elephant to give him a wrestling to make him move.
And then silverback.
And when the silverback go around like something powerful, we jerk him. Because a lion is, especially if you touch one of a female, I mean, I'm pride. He is a very aggressive creature. I'm ready. You know? Go ahead.
And out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone.
Go ahead.
But these three was the third part of men killed by
these three.
Yeah, by these three were the third part of men killed by and fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issue out of their mouths.
Right. Yo. I know my name is stop it up. The man not stop anyone.
Malachi 4 verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Yeah, it's all the proud and all that the wicked shall be burnt up. See?
And the day that cometh shall burn them up, said the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yeah, but the 40 pastors, they're not teaching it. See? Even men in Israel don't really push these prophecies. And we are facing these prophecies right now as we speak. You know? Continue. See?
But unto you that fear my name shall Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings.
Yeah, because we have the internet to basically disperse this knowledge. And other brothers, we get it, and so we teach it, and other brothers get it. That's how it is done. Men before us that started the race pass on the button of truth, and we continue running along with them. Yeah, you know, that's it.
And ye shall go forth and grow up as calves of the starved. And ye shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the sole of your feet.
Yes, so they're going to be ashes under the soles of our feet. Because the scriptures also said, with thine eyes thou shalt behold the reward of the wicked. You know, we're going to hear the screams of people when the missiles start go off. We're going to hear it. The only good thing about it, we're not going to sleep at night, have nightmares about it. We're going to sleep in the right way, happily. You know? Yeah, like that is just the chocolate biscuit. That's the man on the face, you know? You don't normally them sometimes around here tormented, you know? Traumatized. You know? Even for years. Them call it, some people have PSD. Post-traumatic stress.
For they shall be ashes under thy soles of your feet, for the day that I shall do this, said the Lord of hosts.
Alright, let's go. You know? Alright, let's go. We need to see more things that pop off. See, the oppression is real. Hey, like the article we see one of the brothers share. I don't know if I'm going to get to do a video on it. Speaks about the people of Jamaica should brace themselves for higher prices for goods and bills and stuff like that. See? And I try to come out here, come sing, so we tough and we strong, because we are live through it. What if it end, but end the right way. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
It's 1 John 2 and verse 15. It says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. For if any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
And definitely can say the love of the Father is not in most of you. Most of you don't have the love of the Father. Because you have rejected all the things that the prophets are saying. Even yet, the love of the Father is not in him. You rejected the names of Yahweh. You know? A lot of you reject that which is good. Not a lot of you reject the Spirit of the Lord. Gorilla fish.
I say games and fame.
Yeah. Celebrity fish, celebrity around.
I'm a girl kind of brand.
Celebrity spread.
For all that is in the world.
My daddy was a spread. Right.
So all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. It's not of the Father, but it's of the world. And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof. He that doeth the will of the Most High.
Right, that's the reason why these men, you know, they're not among us. See? Because they were doing the will of the Father. They were teaching for some other vague glory. You know? Yep.
Here's your stone.
I've seen it. One to Baramentos. Don't fall off. But remember the video see me? That's been a fun time to the Baramentos. Maracamara, Baramentos, Macamentos. Yeah. Macamentos. Baramentos. Barack Obama said them niggas need to be stoned. That's true. And the brother friend of Barack Obama said them niggas need to be stoned. And where you get this Maracamara Baramentos fuckery? Where you get that from? Yeah?
That's a serious demon, that, you know.
The name of the Lord is Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
This is Job 5 verse 17 says, Behold, happy is the man whom Yahweh Shai power God corrected.
God.
Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty.
Yeah, that's why even the other day they love us Tazar, so you know. What's his name? Tazar basically I tried to debate with Edomites. Like the fuck what's that gonna do with Edomites? That's not gonna do nothing for them. Happy is the man whom the Lord corrected. You know, correct Edomite and tell him something wrong, just put us in slavery and accept it and just put himself in shackles and chains. That won't work. You have to understand the prophecies and let the prophecies rule.
The only thing they need to prepare for slavery.
Yeah, exactly. You still don't worry about an Edomite.
Some of them money not did for correction and then something of them money not did for show, for say
show.
them
Yeah,
absurd
they're
knowledge.
not.
Can.
You know what that
Against
shows?
an Edomite.
That shows that them don't have the spirit.
Can.
You know, that's what it shows.
Hey,
That them don't have the spirit.
The scripture said the servants of the Lord should not strive.
Verse 18 says, For he maketh sore and bindeth up, he wounded, and his hands made whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 trouble. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourges of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh.
Yeah, because destruction coming. Right now, destruction is on its way. And who is out there same way? Constantly speaking about it. Constantly. Continuously. Great mistake. We have lost our footing because of the fright or the scared of the enemy. No. Fear Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee.
Right. Yep. So even in time of trouble, the creatures is gonna be at peace with us. This is prophecy being fulfilled right before your eyes.
Zechariah 14 verse 1 says, Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and thy spoil shall be divided slacker in the midst of thee. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the cities shall be taken, the houses rifled, and women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity.
And that took place, you know?
Yeah.
But that was because then.
Nothing to do with the sun.
Yeah, because remember Alligator Alcatraz, you know? We still remember places like that. Concentration camps. know, the most famous one in recent times is Alligator Alcatraz, right? Where Captain Jack Sparrow telling that you have to learn how to run in a zigzag way. You know? Remember that. See? This man I show minds, you know. But a lot of people still can't see it. And even like all people out here, them can't see it because they're not in the position. It has been instilled in them that heaven is right here and America is right here. You know, so regardless of what's going, they're singing "We Shall Overcome" in their mind, the same way, because they still want to be there. You know, when the natural born Americans want to leave, but for the most part they are so broke, they barely can buy their own coffins. You know, can't leave. Men with full-time jobs, and I say jobs with an S, cannot afford to own or to rent a decent place to live. So they have to live in their cars, use public bathrooms, wipe up and bathe when they get a chance to. It's crazy. You know? So them can't afford to let them car go down. Because that's the only place them can sleep.
Go ahead. And the residue of the people shall be cut off from the city. Then shall the Lord go forth and fight against those nations as when he fought in the day of battle.
Cut. So the Lord is gonna come and he's gonna fight. And he's gonna do great wondrous works. No? Because we are the Lord's army. Plus the Lord of his angels, plus the Lord of the missiles. You know? And also remember the scripture says that men are the most high's hand, you know? See it? So he's gonna do great things, no? You know? See it? Are you finished?
Yeah, man.
This is 1 Corinthians 11 verse 32. So when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world.
Yeah, so if we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world. Our first thing first, this world has been condemned by the Lord. So it's that remnant, it's that precious fruit that's supposed to be kept, where the Lord is dealing with. And that's the reason why we're here. We are here to do the work of the Lord for the elect's sake. That's what I say. Our praises to Yahweh, Barshem, Yahushai, Barshem, Akam, double honors to the apostles and to the elders of greatness, to peace and salutations to the elect. Now, we're going to be out here Saturday. So the spirit and power of Yahweh, Barshem, Yahushai to do this ministry. Shalom.